On April 21, 2024, the Port of Cork in Ireland played host to the Unctad Port Management Training of Trainers, an event as notable for its educational merit as it was for its idyllic setting. This Saturday brought together over 40 participants from around the globe, bathing them in both splendid sunshine and a sea of learning opportunities. The day began with a palpable excitement as attendees boarded a specially chartered cruiser ship, transforming into an ad hoc classroom for maritime enthusiasts and industry veterans alike. The Assistant Harbour Master, Damien Allen, set the tone with an engaging overview of the Port of Cork's strategic operations. His detailed discourse covered everything from trade logistics to regional economic impacts, painting a vivid picture of the port's integral role in global commerce. As the cruiser sliced through the calm waters, a seasoned mariner named Trish took the helm of storytelling. With the flair of an old sea dog, she regaled the group with tales that danced between spectral hauntings and tales of heart-wrenching farewells, each story tethering the audience closer to the maritime world. Their course was set towards an iconic landmark, Cobh Island, known as the last port of call for the ill-fated RMS Titanic. This historical touchstone served as a poignant reminder of the island's dual legacy of heartache and hope. It was here that millions of Irish emigrants last felt their homeland beneath their feet before setting sail to new lives across the Atlantic. Cobh's legacy is meticulously preserved in its museums and the stoic beauty of its architecture, each narrating the enduring stories of emigration and resilience. The event's seamless flow and rich content were the fruits of rigorous planning by a dedicated team led by Markusov, Johanna, Lily, Jan, and attorney Amelie. Their collective efforts ensured that the day was not only a journey through Ireland's maritime past but also a deep dive into the cultural and historical currents that have shaped the nation. As the educational voyage concluded, the participants left with not just enhanced knowledge but also a profound connection to Ireland's maritime heritage. The experiences of that day promised to ripple through their careers, enriching their professional paths with the historical and operational insights shared. The full story of this remarkable day awaits eager recounting, destined to be a cherished chapter in the continuing narrative of Ireland's maritime legacy.
Wow. Can we make a Unctad cycle in Pakistan so that we can climb the Everest? You know?
That's very difficult.
Very good.
It is only certain part of K2 is in Pakistan. The second biggest peak.
Oh, really?
World biggest peak is in Pakistan. And most of the excursion happens from there.
Oh. Lawan.
Yeah.
Lawan. I cannot forget Lawan. Lawan every time. Now very good position. Lawan. Yeah.
So we are the
Hi.
reception. So
Morning.
yeah.
Oh, Johanna, very good clothes. Just like a running. Yeah. Running all the time. Morning. Yeah.
Alright. If you need something, go to the stage.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna buy water then. Is that very far? That one? Oh. I stay near the bridge.
Yeah?
Yeah, near the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Just
before, just before the...
yeah. I stay the hotel Unard. Unard Hotel. My hotel, I go left here. Yeah. Then the hotel is already there on the corner.
Therefore, it's Leonardo. Oh?
Huh?
What's the name of the shop?
Leonard.
Leonard. It's the same hotel.
Huh?
It's the hotel we're staying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the same. Just
Huh? Ryan, mukha kang Irish ka na ngayon ah.
Huh?
Mukha kang Irish. Huh?
I'm just young.
It's just like Irish. Yeah. Look at this cup. It's an Irish cup. Yeah. Morning, Thomas. Thomas, I like your cup.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a polished cup.
Thank you.
Hey, look at Irish cup.
But they always think I'm French.
Really?
Yeah.
You like French?
Oh, do I like French?
Yeah. You like to be French than Polish?
No. Polish is much better.
Yeah. I like you to be Polish.
Yeah.
I like French, but French bread only.
Baguette?
French bread. And French fries. That's
maybe,
the
maybe croissant?
croissant. Every day I eat croissant. Every day.
Oh my goodness.
Every day I eat croissant. I like croissant every day. Today I ate 2 croissant. Croissant. Hi, good morning.
How are you?
What's this? Hey, did you have your mark, your hand mark
Sorry?
with the girl? Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She did mark you? Yeah, where? Here?
Which sign?
Like you go inside like there's a mark like that.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Cứ in đây, na ba đây. Hey! Good morning. Good morning. Oh, very good boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very good boat. Yeah. Hey, Mark.
Come Paka, get in. But you're gonna be cold like that.
Just opti.
You like I'll make for you.
I was told you when you chat here.
Yeah.
He was a team leader.
I did not invite us.
If we go upstairs.
We should go upstairs.
Yeah, it's better.
Oh, it's a fast boat here, and you have a life craft. Hello, good morning. What? Muhammad, how should I call you? Muhammad? Muhammad is perfect.
Yeah. But this time you're not piloting. This is real. Okay, guys?
Okay, we move our hands. Yeah, okay. Which
Stations. There's 2, port starboard inside and down in the after deck here. The life jackets, everybody seems to be on the top deck. So they're right here behind you in the boxes and right behind the wheelhouse. Okay? Happily move around the boat, guys. But please don't. And that perfect selfie, this man here I'd say, don't stand on the seats. It's lovely and calm here in the water, but yeah, we just don't like the passengers standing on the seats. Okay?
Wow.
So what I'm going to do on the way down is explain our beautiful harbour. How have we been enjoying Cork Harbour so far?
Very good.
Yeah, you brought the weather and everything. Happy days. Love it. So it is lovely, isn't it? And it's going to be lovely and calm going on the way down the river. So as we're passing, there's a lot of history here in Cork Harbour, and we were just talking about it, myself and Damien, about Cork Harbour is kind of the golden goose that made Cork City the metropolitan city that it is. And like the trade here was huge, like with the import-export, as you can see, as we're going down, it's still the same way. Like the biggest thing that we would have been trading back in the day would have been butter. I don't know if you've been to the Butter Museum. There's a great butter museum here in Cork, and if you get an opportunity, go up and have a look. Also flour, Jemison, meat, hide. So all of this, like there's 3 fishing boats here right now that just came in this morning, and they're Belgian boats.
Wow.
And but it wouldn't have been nonsense to have all of these docks filled with ships. And because right now you walked down through the city, you would see of all these bridges. The river and the boats used to go right up as far as the Opera House, and even Crawford Art Gallery was actually the customs house. There's a lovely tradition, isn't there? People still wave to everybody on the boat. It'd be like the Disney cruise now going down, you have to wave to everybody. So if you look here now at the Port of Cork sign, you see where the river splits. So we've got the North Channel and the South Channel. And if you're walking through the city and you're walking down through Patrick Street, that was all a meandering river also. So it was actually an island. Corkig is the Irish name for Cork, and it was marshland. So it was Patrick Street, they would have Morrison's Island. Even all the boats would have been anchored off up there in South Mal. Pictures. And if you are walking up to South Mal later and you see some of the buildings, you see the steps up into the buildings. So that's where the anchorage of the ships was right up there. So to get your bearings coming down, you will...
Animal feeds. The other side behind you there is Horgan's Quay. That's where we do a lot of kind of miscellaneous vessels, like research vessels. Sometimes maybe even small cruise ships that come up as far as here. So that's just a little bit about here. When we get to Tivoli, I'll say more.
So guys, if you look over your starboard side here, you see the Marina Market sign. This was originally the Ford factory, and it was the very first Ford factory set up outside of America. Henry Ford set up right here, and it was a huge employer in Cork right up until the 80s. It's now the Marina Market. It's a great place to go in there for food if you haven't been in. But one of the reasons that he set up here, for one, is the perfect location for all the tractor parts and car parts to be shipped in. But also, the other reason he set up in Cork was a tribute to his grandfather, because he was from Ballinascarthy in West Cork. So if you're ever driving down to West Cork, you'd see the car. You know, the Henry Ford's granddad. So, but also Dunlops were here, so it was a huge, huge employer in Cork.
Yes. Why you didn't take your notes? There's exam later. Yeah. You cannot enter the Spine Island. Or no? No, the girl. You must take her notes. Oh yeah.
From Passage West, which would be the original Port of Cork, which would be Lower Harbour, and then they moved up to the river, and now you're moved back down again quite a bit. So you guys move. Over here is the first of the rowing clubs, the Shandon Boat Club, set up in 1875. But if you look at these curraghs, these wooden boats here that overturned, you can see on the hull of them, they're timber framed boats, and originally would have been cowhide over the hull and tar. Now it's canvas, but they still row them quite a lot. They would have been used an awful lot actually for bringing the livestock out to the islands, but here on the river they still race them. But this Shandon Boat Club was actually set up by the merchant princes in Cork, because there's another one just a little bit further down, the Leroy Club, which is the oldest commercial rowing club in the country. That was only for college students, college graduates, and then the merchant princes were really interested in their employees, so they set up the Shandon Boat Club, which it's hugely busy. We've got 3 rowing clubs here on the river. Oh, you can see them up ahead. Actually, there's quite a few rowers there. And then over here in our starboard side, so the River Lee was actually a lot wider. And this wall here, it's known as Navigation Wall, was built in the 1700s, and they filled it all in behind. And now this was, even back then in the 1800s, it was known as the Marina Walk. And there was bandstands, and people are still using it. It's really, really busy. And there was also a railway line that used to run from Cork City all the way down to the Lower Harbour. But that's stopped now, it's a greenway. So this wall, and we were talking about it earlier, has been here since the 1700s. Because for one reason as well, there's a the speed limit here on the river, 6 knots. You can see there's very little wash. So these walls have actually lasted. They stood the test of time.
We have seen the river yesterday, so we're navigating the Spike Island and everything. Somebody crashed, not in my team.
Oh, we did. With Lawan.
Is there a ferry here? Is there a
In the
ferry?
snow, in the sand. Yeah, we didn't made it to
Ah, Joanna.
I was just saying you went to Marina. I was just saying you went to Marina. Not that's
This is 360.
So this will be the second rowing club. As I said, this is the oldest commercial rowing club in the
Look to
country.
you,
the Leroy
but
Club.
actually my camera is 360.
And then behind you've got Park
So in the
Queen.
computer I can set
And
it to
Park
like
Queen is the home of the Blood and the Bandages.
I like
Cork
to see. It's
GAA.
like a spy
We
camera.
haven't been doing very great, to be honest.
like
But
to see.
this
My girlfriend
it's
there.
really good for concerts.
I don't want to see
Yeah,
my girlfriend. I just see
it's
like
been
that.
great.
But
I
after
think most
my
famously
camera-
was Michael Jackson played there. Yeah, that's probably the most famous. There's been U2, we Springsteen this year, we've got St. John, we've got Sheeran. Who else was there? There's been loads. Yeah, Rod Stewart, yeah, I think he's playing again. But yeah, huge money for the tickets. I actually found my Michael Jackson ticket and it was £18 at the time. Yeah, in the 80s. Very first concert I ever went to in my life. £18 was the ticket. Yeah, 80. That was 180. But the best place to be is just sitting down there on the banks with drinks and dance away. You don't have to pay €180 for a ticket. But yeah, that's actually the 4th largest stadium in Ireland. We got a big revamp there in 2017. And if you look along here, just above Navigation Wall, there's an old quay. There's an old quay here. This is called Gunpowder Quay. So Cork Harbour, as you see below, it's very fortified, and it played huge parts in both the World Wars. So out in Ballincollig, there's a suburb there, west side of the city. There was a gunpowder mill.
And is not really used for anything except just maybe if ships are changing on the berth and there's one way you might come up here. But just below it anyway is the 2 cranes, the yellow and blue cranes. So we're currently doing 30% of our cargo, our container cargo here. We used 100% of our cargo here until CCT opened. We would like to do 100% of our cargo in CCT, but unfortunately, due to planning permission, we can't actually operate 100% there. We can only operate 50% of that terminal's capacity because the road isn't built yet. There's supposed to be a road built out there. Yeah, well, we've heard a lot of dates. the new one is 2028, so hopefully they'll stick with that one. Yeah, so our actual base at the moment is now, it's just as we get beyond the elevator here, you'll see where our new base is. So we used to be up the Custom House building, and now we're down in this base here. It's a temporary base. We're hoping, I think, in the future to move to Ringaskiddy. There's been a few locations kind of floated, we're not sure yet. Most of our offices though will be based here. And just below our offices then we have another terminal, Tivoli National Oil Terminal. So we do a lot of gas ships, gas boats in there for flow gas and canner. So yeah, it's a busy little spot. You can also see on the port side our multi-cat vessel. Just as we come around the corner here, that's actually what we use to service all the buoys and navigation marks and do some other jobs in the harbour. Yeah, buoys like the one on the starboard side here, we lift them up and maintain the chains and sinkers and all that kind of thing. And we also do other odd jobs, like unfortunately sometimes we have a couple of boats might sink in the harbour. We had one here yesterday actually in Tim.
Very nice house.
The water here, and we just lift them out.
Yeah, very nice house.
You should actually probably see that up on the side here. Anyway, so that's basically what the aim for here is to try and also get out of here and move down harbour as well. So once that road in 2028 is built, we hope to move down. The only thing is,
Over the years, there was actually a court of maritime law. It was publicly owned. It's now the council and MTU, the university here in Cork. There's an observatory up there. and there's a lovely little museum in there, and there's a fabulous restaurant called the Castle. You get in for food, it's really good, but it's just an iconic site. So what I'm going to show you can't see right now, but a little bit further down. As I mentioned, this was built for navigation purposes to prevent the pirates from raiding the city. So if you look at our channel, and I think that's the Jenny D there, isn't it? Dredging. So either side of the channel, when it dries out, and it's spring low tide, it dries right up around. So we have quite a meandering channel going down through Loch Mahon. So the local boats could navigate the channel during the day or even at night. But so if the pirates were coming up, so when you look over here on your port side, you see the top of the hills. You get a better view as we pass it down. On top of the hill is a tower. It's an identical tower up there. Do you see it? So what they used to do for the local boats coming up here at night, they used to light fires on the two towers. You'll be able to see that right down to Passage West. Yeah, so you can get your bearings. The thing was that
the Surabaya guy. Karen. Oh really?
There are many Kieran, that's why I'm asking. Kieran Callan, right?
Yeah.
He was becoming the company.
Yeah, and he ran to become president, and he said, he's done it. And he's the director of a port right now. I don't know.
Yeah, in Cobh.
It's an island.
Yeah.
Not here.
They're looking for it.
And he runs for CEO. Oh, like so many internal market there. Many restaurants have like
Yeah, it's like smaller version of a restaurant. It's not project, but it's good. It is really
like
good.
Hamburg, Early in the morning you go there in Hamburg, there's a live band, and you make fish there. Yeah.
No, it's not as cool as that. But it's Cork cool, but not Hamburg cool.
Cod, it's only cod.
It's pardon?
The fish there is cod.
Cod. No, you don't have to here. Like you get cod, kind of, I mean, a lot of the shellfish they would have down below. But you saw there, now they're all going to truck with France.
Is that like a
No, it's just the hill really. This is the farmland. Yeah. Actually, if you're looking over on your starboard side there, you'll see there's maybe a couple of runners or cyclists along. That used to be the railway line going down to the lower harbour. Now, as I said, it's the Greenway coming down. So we're coming down past Rochestown. It's down into Passage West. Oh yeah, that was up in the marina.
It's like a campsite.
It's just an area that you can park up. You can see it down the Cobh as well. It's a big area. So over here in your port side, then a little island, you see there's the golf course just there. In behind it, then there's a big quarry. It's a limestone quarry, and a lot of the older buildings as you're walking down here on your starboard side, then there's a White House here. This is called Ardmore House. It was a pretty famous captain over here. His name was Captain Richard Roberts, and Captain Roberts became famous because he sailed the very first steamship across the Atlantic, the SS Sirius. So there was a bit of a competition going on at the time. There was two boats leaving Liverpool, and they came in via Cork to collect mail, and they were steam over it across the Atlantic, but the English boat ran out of steam, and Captain Roberts here, he actually ended up burning the sails. He burned the mast, he burnt all the mail, and he went fully under steam into New York, so he won that challenge. And there's a building down in Cobh, actually called the Cyprian's Art Centre. It's a lovely green building. I'll point out when you go down it.
Yeah, so the largest ever drug bust happened on this ship only last year, and we actually just last year, we had our army actually had to board it from the helicopters, and it was a whole big thing. But anyway, we got lumped with it. It's stuck here. Basically, they can understand it. Would like to see them scrapped. So, yeah. I'm not quite sure, but there was 3 tons of it anyway, is what they found. Yeah.
Also, mine.
Yeah, 3 tons. It was an absolutely massive operation. I think, you say it was destroyed. That's what they said. So the helicopter, basically, there was major fire from the helicopter and destroyed the ship. Actually, there was a couple arms, but there was no shots fired. And they were just taken over basically, and they brought it in here. So, where was the seas? It was seas off the shore, and they had to sail it in. So we ended up, they had all the, we call it cargo, in the life rafts, and they were going from place to place, like a delivery service, cartel, were actually the ship, were distributing from it. So anyway, that's that story.
Yeah. One day he joins.
Unfortunately,
I ring
we're currently getting paid by customs to keep the ship here. Also, I pointed out that factory in Marina Point that does need a ship once every 5 to 6 weeks. So we have to move the ship from there right over here to Passage.
¿Cómo está mi amigo?
And then we have to bring it back. Without this thing, everything was confiscated on board on. So we did a good job. 3 tons. 3 tons. Just came from going to 1.0, we used to 2.0. Customs. So basically,
Hello?
yeah, maybe. So this bird over here is a private bird. This is belongs to Doyle's. They do a lot of like, as you can see here, scrap metal saws, things like that. We don't provide them with private edge, things like that. They provide their own steam going services. We would also do a lot of steam going services up in the city actually. We don't do, we do run typically, but not the. So hopefully Marina Point will be a meeting for us. That actually should be the last point where commercial shipping should go on. Marine leisure from that point up then, because we want
activity, especially here with Passage West. As I said, the boats used to come up. The very first key that was built, there was steam packet on it, so a local cargo. Before that, it would have been like the cargo, ballast loads coming along. Get this little house here, it's a pretty cool looking house. Always in the water, the sun is shining. But there's a bit of a story to this house actually. It was a guy called John Boyd, and it was himself and his brother William. They were American born with Irish parents, and they moved back here in their early teens. And William Joyce, he was mad. He was running with the Black and Tans at the time. He was mad with the English passport. And then when World War II came along, he was a broadcaster. He was a broadcaster of Nazi propaganda. And then the British were after him because he didn't have that Irish passport then. And he was hiding out in his brother's house here. And he had tunnels that used to run up behind the hill. And the road was down. You see the road that was originally one of his tunnels that had underneath the house. And he was hiding out from the British. But he
this is Ringaskiddy base. So what you see here is called ADM jetty. That was just used most recently for HVO fuel. So obviously with the current environmental kind of narrative, it's a real boost to have HVO in the harbour here, because we'll probably have to have most of our fuel go that way for a while anyway, until we transition to something else. As we come in here, you can see there's a small boat here. It's an ex-lifeboat that's currently doing some survey work for the dredging. So as we turn in here, directly in front of us is the deep water quay. I think it's 450 metres long, multi-purpose berth. That's where we do most of our bulk at the moment. We'll probably move into some of that. Really important to get that developed. But so you can see here we have a big large boat going here in the lead, the federal leader, and the new leader here is going to the smaller one. It's definitely so this is where we'd also have our secondary cruise boat. We have 22 cruise ships in here this year. Normally they'll be over in Cork, we'll show you that in a minute. But if we have any extra cruise ships on the same day, we can just simply put them both and put them in here. Obviously it's not ideal, not probably the best customer experience, so we're trying our best to limit the amount that come in here. We don't actually want them in here at all, but the cruise companies want a particular date, kind of insist. It's up to them, I suppose. No, they used to, but they don't anchor in Cork anymore. That's one of our big kind of pluses. There's no tendering required. We do have another port in Bantry, and they anchor there at tendering. We're actually hoping to build more port there, where they can also put them outside, which will be much more suitable, I think, and safer as well. Sometimes cruise ships might anchor outside and they'll tender in their passengers on small boats. But we don't do that here. We do it in a smaller boat that we have in Bantry. How many days do they overnight? Generally they don't stay overnight at all, actually. It's very rare. I think we have one ship this year is going to stay overnight. All the 107. The rest of the 107 just come in the morning. Maybe by yeah, it's by from the city, maybe 22 minutes. By boat, obviously, it's taking us quite a while. So our cranes here, we do our stevedoring here. These are Cork cranes. So we also manage. So we manage the ship here from pilotage to stevedoring.
Is this a private boat?
No, this is Port of Cork port. Yeah, it's not private. So yeah, we do all the bulk here, and if we look down this direction here, and maybe about coming up to the starboard side, that's our ro-ro berth. That's where our ferries come into. We do passenger ferries, and the Pantavan is currently on the way, and so we might get a glimpse of that actually when we see it. So that's where we base there. Now on our starboard side is our brand new state-of-the-art container terminal. Wow. This is CCT. This was a long time in planning, I think 17 or 19 years, something like that. We finally opened it there. This is a brand new one. An absolute game changer for our port. As you can see here, the independent room here, we're getting some much bigger ships. This is our only transatlantic ship from America. We're hoping to maybe board more.
So you see these giant cranes here, they've got names, and when Port of Cork they did a competition in the local schools, and it was actually over in Cross Avon. It was a young boy in 5th class, I think it's about 10 or 11. He won the competition, he named them Mahan. And where he got those names from, behind Ringaskiddy, and we probably passed the go outside there now shortly, and I pointed out in Corribini Woods, as folklore goes, there was 2 giants that lived there, and their names were Mahan and Binny. So the giant cranes are named Mahan and Binny. So, yeah. There's actually going to be a song, I think. Port of Cork commissioned John Spillane to write a song about Mahan and Binny. Has he written it? Because I was telling him the story about it. Did he? Oh, very good. How deep is the berth? 30 meters. 13. Convicts, and the convicts would have been in Spike Island, the island just behind, and it's the only island left non-accessible by road. But they used to have a footbridge come over, and this was the hard labour, was building all the fortifications in the harbour, and then after building all that, we shipped off to Australia or something. but actually we're laughing. We were looking at the top of the little building there where the clock is. We're going, oh, that's freshly painted. But they must have paint left over because they got rid of all the Navy ships. It was only what the lads said yesterday. Do you want to talk about?
Okay, so on the port side here, yeah, you've the Cobh Heritage Centre and the Titanic Centre there, so that's where the last Titanic, the passengers would have left, but I did touch on that in a second. So just here are two blue pontoons. This is actually our cruise terminal. So these pontoons are what the cruise ships will tie up to, and also you see there's A-frames there, there's gangways, so we put our A-frame gangways for up on the shore, cruise ships will put their gangways at the pontoon. It means they won't have to adjust their gangways because the pontoon will go down their tight. It also means they're not on the wall where the water is picking up. So it allows us to I think we've had up to 3 meters, I think, for the record, but I think 350 meters is the work off. So yeah, it's a really emerging kind of well, not emerging, but thriving industry at the moment. Cruise. So we're really expanding it. This year is going to be a record year for us. 107 cruise ships this year, and hopefully a bit more next year. It's really exploding for us. Bantry in West Cork Airport, that only had, I think, up to 6 this year. So it's absolutely exploding. It's a big part of where we're going in the future. Also the green
Philippine team.
out there, that's for the Cork tour. So we also provide a towage service in the harbour and just to provide a bit of
Okay, thank you, Thomas. Thank you.
towage providers, which is dollars, in order to keep the heart of the rates down so we can encourage ships coming in.
Oh, very good. I'll show you this to you.
Fish here, there's definitely a few interesting bits here.
So guys, if you look on our port side there, right midships, you see that green building with the black windows. That was White Star Lines. So this is the pontoon, it's called Grey Park Pontoon, where the 123 passengers departed out of the side screen. She was actually anchored off Otis Point inside, and she was in too much of a hurry to come in here. So they ferried her out from two tenders, Ireland and Americas, and that's where the actual 7 passengers got off on the ground in those photographs. So it's a great experience in there. Also then you've got St. Cobh's Cathedral standing, oh my god, there's a lot of people up there today. That's a pretty famous cathedral. That took 50 years to build, but you can notice there's clocks. But also underneath it, and when you can only really see that from the water. Do you know the arches? You ever heard the story there did in 1992? There was a sinkhole in the car park. Like Spike Island over here on our starboard side. The history over there is absolutely amazing. Oh, there's the Pentagon coming in. So they would have been imprisoned, the convicts, in the 1800s. There would have been about 2,500 convicts over there at one time. It was bigger than that. But before that, they actually had the Queenstown Bridewood prison was underneath that cathedral before they actually built it. But Cobh, I think every building in Cobh has a history, a story, because you know a huge part in this area, as I said, in both World Wars, but also like 3 million, almost 3 million people emigrated from here, departed from here, or also were deported from here. A lot of the prisoners that were in Spike Island, this is where they were deported from as well. And even that furnace that's there, there used to be an outdoor bathroom as well there. Before they put the convicts on the ships, they back burned their clothes to delouse them and put uniforms on them. But that actually all those houses that were just there, that were short. The Americans were actually they're all the time. But they moved to the city and they got into a lot of trouble actually with all the local boys because they were robbing all the girls and the big files and everything. And Admiral Bailey's house, but Admiral Bailey at the time had right hand side is Fort Mar, and on the left hand side is Fort David. And what's really interesting about these two forts in the headland is 60% of them is all underground. So it's very deceiving from here even that there's not a military base there, but it's a very fortified harbour, probably one of the most fortified in the world at one time. And even outside of that, then you would have had Fort Temple Breedy and another battery over on the Roach's Point side as well. And then we've got the Big Bank Lighthouse here. So there's the Big Bank here, we can't go directly across the big spine there now a lot of the time, depending on the time. But what's interesting about this lighthouse is he was a guy called
Navy guy. Ah, yeah, that was like a Pearson. There we have EMSA.
Just on the port side as well, you can see a tanker in. That's a crude tanker actually. Just as we come around here, you see Irving Oil and Refinery. I actually used to work there myself. It's the only oil refinery in the country, and it's very, very important to the country because basically in many times of struggle for fuel, we need to be able to make our own. So at the moment, obviously, with current events, they do everything from naphthas, all from the light naphthas and actually gases, all the ways down to heavy fuel oil. And then they take a lot of the heavier fuel oils over to Canada and New Brunswick and process that down further again. So might get a bit more diesel and maybe heavy fuel oils and all that.
Yeah.
It's part of Roach's engine now.
Hey, she was talking about a marina, I mean a fish lover. The marina there, I can go there and eat fish.
Yeah, I think there's some fish.
She was talking like a fish area something.
If you would like good fish, there's a restaurant called Goldie in the middle of the city.
Oh really?
Goldie.
So even still, you can look back there. So pretty much, if you look at the top of the hill there behind the steam, you can still see that tower. And it's hard to see the black rock one now, really, with the industry behind. Tivoli ruined it. No, I'm joking. But you can still see it. So this is where they would have started navigating to this meandering channel up through Loch Mahon. So. So over here on our port side then we'll be passing down and be Photo Island, which is where the wildlife park is, and hotel and the golf course. And there's actually a big tower snuggled in the trees there. I don't think I've ever been down there. When Queen Victoria came to visit in 1840, in these houses, these would be the granary. They built the granary. Oh, give the man a wave over there. Big wave. He came out to see what the morning was like. And these houses just here with the turrets in the back. So these were actually the bathhouses. Passage West as well was a big summer resort for all the merchant princes in the city. They used to come down here in their summer holidays. You see a lot of these bigger houses. And these apartments here were actually, it was a hotel, so the people that used to come down. You see the slipways here? Like the very first paddle steamer in Ireland was built here in 1818 in Passage West. It was a big shipbuilding industry. Even on the sheds there to the right around the water. And you see, actually on our port side here there's the Cross River Ferry, which is owned by Doyle. So this is in operation I think since 1994, and it's a fantastic facility. Like I live in the Lower Harbour, and to go over here to Cobh or to meetings or anything like that, you just drive up and you're across the river. Whereas before the tunnel opened, you had to go right through the city to go to the east side of the city. You know, this runs 7 days a week, and fabulous facility. And even over here, you just see on your starboard side, we're talking about it being it's a big summer resort. The two walls that are protruding out there now from the shore, this was a big outdoor swimming pool, and it was the men's outdoor swimming pool actually. So people in the city, when the train used to run as well, they used to come down here for a dip in the summertime. But then when the train extended on down to Crosshaven, where there's beaches, they forgot about the outdoor swimming pools then and headed off down to the beaches. And we can't get them down there now. We're trying to move them back again. But there's a lovely maritime museum actually in Passage. Samuel Beckett's inside, Yoda, and we have the James Joyce and Kelly Roche. Most of our navy actually here right now. I think there's more here than there is in the basin. And also Lever with cranes there. They were coming from Killarney and they were constructed here, or assembled here, and they're being shipped out. I think it's to Scotland, isn't it, Damien? Those two. Greenock. There was a couple last year. They went to New York. Fabulous to see them. They were bigger, I think, the other ones. And then over here is Unctad on your starboard side. It's a very kind of affluent area again in the Lower Harbour. I think there's a great story if anybody wants to know the story. Can you see in the steeple in the church? You see the round circular indentation. It was one of the passengers was telling me the story last year. I thought it was great. So when the parish priest was building this church, Murphy's Brewery was sponsoring the clocks. So he passed away, and the next parish priest that came along, he was a teetotaler, and he refused to have Murphy sponsor the clocks. That's why there's no clocks up there.
The background there.
Yeah, it was one of the passengers who telling me that last
background
year. Most
there.
of your history you get from passengers. And there's actually, if you look over in the trees there, see the blue house just above it now, the castle is starting to appear, Homstown Castle. And this castle was actually built by a lady, Anastasia Archdeacon, and she built it as a present for her husband. He was off fighting the Spanish Catholic Wars. Okay. So while he was gone, she pretty savvy businesswoman now, she had housed all the workers and fed them. And by the time it was actually built, they had a slate to tick it off, and she only passed over 2 pence. So they had a great old time. But the thing was her husband.
Any other activity? So we have a few of those. There's a few more to come out actually next week.
I'm thinking per country. Tanzania. Ghana, yeah, I know. You're the only Tanzania non-Ghana here.
So if you look over here on your starboard side, you see the island. That's Rocky Island, so that would have been the Gulf magazine there. And then you'll see, just coming back,
it's at Tanzania, right?
That's where you were in the Maritime College doing the simulators yesterday. Yeah. So we're coming up here then on our starboard side here. This is the Navy base. And this is Ireland.
Okay, Tanzania. Ghana. Hey, Ghana, I'm taking a picture per country. Video. Ghana. Cool. It's cool, eh? So Joseph is down. You are Nigeria.
That area was known
You Ghana.
So they were
That's my
all
wife.
between the.
Ah, you my wife. Nigeria also, yeah, Nigeria. So there are 5 Nigeria.
And did you ever notice
5 Nigeria.
the control tower?
I like to go Nigeria. The name is Lagos.
Changed there about 2 years
Lagos,
ago.
yeah,
Somebody
Lagos.
asked the question, why was it yellow and black? And I mentioned.
Every problem, put it in the
That's how I want to do
Yeah,
that.
so. Yeah, let's go. Let's come together. Let's go. Photograph of us also smile. I didn't see him there. Okay.
Oh, Ghana. Yeah. You join there. Yeah, you join. After you take picture, you join. Wow. Yay. So this is a mix. This is a Nigeria and Tanzania. Tanzania is it? Wow, I like it. It's not curry.
A mixture.
Wow, very good. Yeah, really?
Yeah, take a sip.
Oh, very good coffee. Yeah. Oh, really? Is that for credit card? Yeah. Very small, huh?
So guys, we were talking about the 2 giants earlier. If you look ahead there, that's actually Kirby Woods, whereas Folklore goes the.
Cam to eh, video ba? Ano lang, tuyok lang ba para namin.
Ako i-press ani ka. Okay ra na ra. Alright.
Come back. You put a friend in the box before you give you one. Just because they disappear.
I ask this is the best because after you drink you cannot find any white, only red, especially the bliss, the red.
Yes, this only red.
Very good. We add one more, 2 more. On our party, I bring more. I can only buy all. Hey, you go to Philippines. I think you're from Tanzania. I like to go to Tanzania.
When I come,
You like you have lion in Tanzania?
a lot of them.
Oh, really? I never see lion. Yeah. How about you?
Ghana, we have Kenya, we have Kenya. We only have crocodiles. Borong Creta.
Bay. Pwede pa kuha usap? Yan. Kay nanas lang mark pa. Thank you Lily.
Yes.
Yeah. Lily is American or European? She's European, eh? Yeah. Yeah. Cheers. One more Tanzania. Yeah.
Miss City.
Whenever there's a
Hi, Joanne. Joanne, very good. Joanne. Yeah. She's from Ghana, right, Joanne? Namibia. I like to go to Namibia. Yeah.
You will enjoy it. Of course, you won't see a lot of people, but you will enjoy it.
You have an elephant in Namibia?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
All the big five.
Really?
Yeah. And the lion. Yeah. It's
And before actually the meeting with Cobh, discussing number 2. And then this is something you want to tell us, we can add you in one of the group. This is very nice. Tell him that you talk to me about the open level game. We can we play all over the world.
Hi, thank you. You're very good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, you know, yes, sir. Trish, thank you for explaining about the Cork.
You're very welcome.
You must be a historian. Why you know all this?
I just love my harbour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know all the stories, all the brothers, all this kind of things.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time.
Wow, you know, Trish is like a historian.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I just love
Yeah.
what I do.
Trish,
You're very welcome.
Trish Harris.
Yeah.
We cannot forget you. Thank you.
You love it so.
Yeah.